go to Will Griffin, director of the Peace Report and a veteran of both the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Will, thank you for your service.
Thanks for being here.
What is the purpose of these talks, and will the Taliban be brought into the government?
Well, if you talk to any reasonable U.S. official, military official, they'll know that there is no military solution. People have known this for years now. And these talks between the Afghan government, Taliban, and the U.S. trying to reach a peace process, I think this is, I support this wholly. As well as General Nicholson, who's also mentioned that, you know, there's been a stalemate in Afghanistan for a long time now. And these talks were really inspired by the end of Ramadan holiday, Eid holiday, where the Afghan government and the Taliban created a ceasefire. And that pointed out that the Taliban is a united force in Afghanistan. And I want to remind people that the people of Afghanistan are suffering for decades now. Half of the Afghans are in poverty still. As well, you know, to talk about what's going on with the U.S. as well, in the past year, the U.S. has increased its airstrikes by 78%, according to the latest Air Force Central Command. And still, you know, with that 78% increase, it's still in a stalemate. I think the U.S. would rather much make a peace deal, negotiate talks, rather than lose this war or even continue this war. I know as a veteran of the war, I'm tired of this war. I want closure to this war. And I think a lot of the American people are sick of this war as well.
Why are they reaching out to the Taliban now? Is this President Trump's doing, or is the United States admitting it can't win the war there?
I think a little bit of both. Trump is definitely impatient. He's ordered some talks to the Taliban. But also as well, President Ghani of Afghanistan, you know, the elections are coming up, and he has a bad reputation in the country. He definitely, you know, calling for the ceasefire, trying to create a peace process, coming to an end of this Afghanistan war, would probably, you know, paint himself a better image for the upcoming elections. And as far as the U.S. goes, you know, Trump has already stated his new national security plan is to focus more on nation states like Russia and China. And this would mean changing his resources from fighting non-state actors in Afghanistan or in the Middle East to places like Russia and China.
This is already the longest war in U.S. history. Will American troops ever leave Afghanistan?
See, that's part of the peace talks that I've heard or that I've read about so far, is that part of the negotiation is the U.S. wants to stay there. Of course, I don't think the U.S. should stay there at all. The troops need to pull out. I think the very presence of U.S. military troops and the military operations that's been going on there for 17 years has actually increased terrorism. Several studies have shown this, from CIA studies to Pentagon studies. These, you know, the U.S. military and its operations, its airstrikes, are causing people to join these extremist groups, to even join groups like Taliban. And just recognizing this is our first step forward, and we need to talk to the Taliban to come to an end of this war.
Will Griffin, thank you for your context and perspective on this story.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe to never stop questioning more.